So hey everybody, Cheryl Miller here, your Jesus-loving, coffee-drinking, certified hot mess. Turned nutrition and wellness coach. And we got something fun. You all know I'm constantly talking about my mentor and my friend. She has agreed to come in and talk with us today. Y'all, Tracy Rogers. I have watched her from afar. I got to meet her one day, got her autograph on one of my books back here. And I finally get to not just call her a mentor, but a friend. And she has introduced me to this crazy thing that feels like it was actually made for me. And she knew it because she's always been saying, "Where are you going now?" So, y'all,
True.
we're going to start with, we'll let Tracy start because I'm going to ramble. Y'all know me. I love to talk.
So, hey, Cheryl, we're going to have so much fun. And just so everybody knows, if they don't know me, this is Tucker, and he's worse than a toddler. And if I don't hold him, he'll bark through the whole presentation. So, you got my dog and me. Cheryl, so, you know what? First of all, we're going to go over a few questions because I'm just curious. But kind of what we're doing, y'all, is well, there's no kind of about it. We have joined a travel platform, and maybe you've seen it going around on Facebook, maybe you haven't. But it's this thing, and we're going to be talking about it, that you can save 40 to 80% on hotels and resorts and cruises and villas. And we even have Ticketmaster, all kinds of things. And so not only are we able to travel, whether I want to drive 2 hours to Seattle and stay the night at Christmas time and see the lights, or whether I want to go on a great vacation, but we also make a great additional stream of income if we choose to do that. So Cheryl, I'm going to ask you some fun questions. How's that? Because I
Oh,
want, I
sounds
think it's
good.
good for I think it's good for people to know, like, why do we do this? You know, like, what is this? Why are we doing it? So let me ask you this: what was going on? What was going on in your life when you heard about this, or you found out about it?
Well, so I don't have time to take on anything else. So that was what was the first thing that was going through my mind is no. I work full time. I am a certified nutrition coach, and I'm in the process of getting my second certification as a wellness coach, starting my own coaching business. And I was frankly burned out of y'all come by my stuff. And it's funny because I started in network marketing because I needed extra. You know, we've always been a paycheck to paycheck family and we love to travel. And network marketing gave me the extra money to do my kids' activities and to travel. Well, I don't have little kids anymore. So I was hitting a point where I was really thinking I was about done and I was just going to focus on my coaching business. And then you were like, you got to check this out. And pretty much all I could think of is no, I don't have time for anything else. That's
Yeah.
where I was. But I was intrigued
Well,
because
let me
I
ask you
love to
this. So,
travel.
so you were intrigued. What was, and you know, be honest. What was your what was your reaction? What was your first reaction when you heard? Sorry,
I
sorry,
was
not sorry.
being okay. So honestly, my reaction was, I'm gonna get on this because you're my friend. Okay. I have two alarms that are might to go off. My two dogs might start barking here. We got the notification someone's home. I got on it because you were excited. I was doubtful, very skeptical. The idea of a digital anything, I wasn't getting it. And you kept saying, I get it, I don't get it, but I get it, and I'm like, wait, what? And
I know. You know what, Cheryl? Like, I didn't get it either. And this company's 12 years old. And in May, some friends, that I have, they brought it over to the US and Canada. So I've been watching them, you know, and I must have had 20 people reach out to me. And I would, watch a little bit of the video and I would stop. And I would just text them back and say, this isn't a fit for me, but I'm going to cheer you on because I didn't get it. I think looking back, I did have a really closed-minded, you know what I mean? I was closed-minded, so I will say that. But I just didn't get it. And I know, like, when I called you, I was
mhm.
like, Cheryl, I don't get it, but I get it. I just need you to get on this Zoom. And because if I try to explain it, it's going to sound sketchy. Because you know what? When I first heard about it, I was like, is this a scam? Is this sketchy? Is this a Ponzi scheme? And I'm really glad that I decided to not only, jump in, but learn as I go. And, once you see it, you can and see it. So let me ask you this. Because once I saw it, I can't unsee it.
Yeah.
So, was there a specific moment when that you remember that you said, "Okay, I'm in. I'm in."
Others' belief. The fact that you and Joan were like, you guys were excited. I wasn't still getting it. And so I'm like, I'm gotta be missing something because you guys were excited and I get up in my head, trying to make everything make sense. But what you said, okay, you're gonna laugh. I'm the person, and there they go. I'm the person who I need an escrow account on my mortgage because I'm going to look at my budget and be like, oh, look, I have an extra $100 and I'm going to go do something with it. And then taxes are going to come and I'm going to be like, shit. And we would do that with vacations. Oh, it's vacation time. I mean, spring break came the same time every year when the kids were little. And every year before spring break, we were having garage sales, working extra hours, doing whatever we could to get the money for vacation. So when you had explained that, yeah, it's a membership, but then I can take that and actually go somewhere, and it wasn't just an empty membership.
Mhm.
Well, wait a minute. That got my attention because I can't be the only one who sucks at putting money away, even if it's for something I want to do, let alone for something I don't want to do,
Right?
like
Because you're like, "Oh, wait a
taxes.
minute. I've got this money put aside. I'll just jump in and grab that real quick.
Yeah, I'll put it back.
I'll
Yeah,
put it back." No,
yeah.
it never
I
happens.
that's always me. I'm like, oh shoot, that's right. That was supposed to. So the fact that I can put into a membership, but then actually use it and then get rewarded for using it too.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
wait a
know, right?
minute,
Like
what?
when we do use our travel platform for something, then they put travel credits back into our piggy bank for our next trip. It's
Yeah,
insane. Yeah.
that blew my mind. But even still, after saying yes, I'd already had a trip booked. All right. I was already going to Vegas to see Wizard of Oz, done, planned for, everything was done. And then we joined the platform. I went backwards and was like, I'm curious, and plugged in the same hotel. I went to the hotel's website, I went to Expedia, and then I went to us, and I'm like, $200 less. Blow my mind.
Crazy, right? It's
Yeah,
insane.
so I'm a numbers person. I'm a head person.
What's that like? Guess not at all. Sometimes I
Oh,
need to
it
be. I wish I was, but I'm not. Okay, so let me ask you a question because I know my answer to this. But when you realized there was no product to ship or stock, what went through your mind?
Thank God. I'm always my best customer. Not that I don't have customers, but it doesn't matter over the years. I'm always my best customer. If there's a deal and it's a good deal, I'm like, oh,
I need this.
and then I need it. And then I get it. And even when I don't want an inventory, before I know, I've bought more than I'm even going to use. I think I currently have a year's supply of dry shampoo because it was a good deal.
Because it's a good
I
deal.
so
Buy one, get one free.
yeah, I can't pass up a good deal. So not having an actual product, one, helps me. But I like right now with Good Friday, Black Friday makes me mentally exhausted because everybody's looking for that better deal and I'm
Yeah.
just tired and it's
Yeah.
not. So not having a product for me to ship, for me to stock, for me to have to take inventory of come tax time. Yeah, that was
Or hope that it's not back ordered by Christmas, right? You know,
yes.
that's
Or to
I
explain to people why they're out of stock.
yeah. I didn't get it at first. And I mean I just didn't get it. And but when I finally did, I love the idea. Here's what I did love about it. I love the idea there is no product to stock.
Mhm.
We sold our house on the lake 2 years ago and went from a 3,500 square foot house to a 40-foot RV because we're full-time RVers and we love it. I love it. I want to do this at least another, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. But I don't have that much room. And so it's nice that I'm not having to figure out where am I going to put this stuff. But what I really like is, you know, that we're not reaching out to people going, hey, Cheryl, I know you've been using your collagen for 5 years and you love it, but I just started selling collagen. Will you try mine? Or, hey, Cheryl, I know you've been using your skincare for 10 years, but I just started, selling the skincare. Will you try mine? We're not asking people to change their habits. You know,
Mhm.
travel's a $10 trillion industry a year. And people are either traveling already and want to save money and they're shocked when they see how much money they can save, or they really want to travel and maybe can't afford it. And this is a great way to do that, right? I mean, I
Yeah.
just talked to a gal that booked a cruise for $200 a person. She's like, that's affordable. So I do love that. I love that we're not asking people to change habits and that we're not having to stock it. And that, the fear of being back ordered or out of stock, right? When, 2 days after it's released, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And my office is not that big. I don't need to be filling it up with the stuff. And you talking about that, I remember making that same phone call. You know, I know you use this collagen, but let me tell you why this
Oh,
collagen
yeah.
is better.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how much I believe it is better. We all know we like what we like.
Yeah.
My husband's a Ford guy. You could come to him with a Chevy and sell him on every reason why this one is better, and he's not going to change. And I like that I don't have to,
Yeah.
we don't have that.
Yeah.
And
I don't know about you, but one of my favorite things, this was hard for me, is it kind of goes by product. Like the first couple months that we had month end, September and October. And I remember calling Joan going, what do I do? What do we do? It's month end. And she's like,
right?
nothing. I said, what do you mean we do nothing? I said, this is the last day of the month. It's month end. I got my snacks ready. She's like, we don't have month end. And it took me a bit to like, but I love that because you know what? Nothing's based on volume or anything
Yes.
like that. So I love the fact that, and honestly, I didn't mind month end. It was kind of a rush, you know? It was a stressful rush, but it was like an adrenaline. But boy, it's sure nice not to have that anymore. Not that there's anything, like I said, I did it for years, and it was a rush and a lot of good snacks.
Oh,
But but it is nice not to have that. It is nice not to
it,
have,
it
just like
is.
you're not stuck to your phone or computer the last day of the month up to, the final hour. Yeah.
But to find that it has like if you want to travel locally in the US, we got that. If you want to travel overseas, we got that.
Yep.
If you just don't want to travel, maybe you just like shopping or Ticketmaster,
We
we
got
got
that.
that. I'm just like, wait, really?
What? Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
honestly, I was going to ask you, like, what was your favorite? I can't believe this is real moment, but it sounds like that's one of them. That,
Right?
yeah.
I've already been scrolling all over because I've my 25th anniversary is coming up in September, and we're approaching 26 is going to be crazy. My son graduates, my daughter gets married, my 25th anniversary, all within a few months of each other, and of course Christmas is just a couple months behind that. And to realize, wait, I don't have to pick supporting her with her wedding or going somewhere. And I don't have to settle on just my annual Jeep trip to the UP. I can go to Rome. That's on my bucket list. And the products that were even in the shopping, I'm like, wow, I can get some really good Christmas gifts. Yeah, all of it was the variety and the fact that it seems to hit everybody no matter where they're at. I have people who just want to travel. They're not looking at making an income, but they want to be able to travel with the discount. And I'm like, I gotcha. That was my wow, this is different.
One of the things that I love about this, where we're at and the teams we're on, is that, you hear this all the time, like you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And then you get in
Mm.
and you're like going, yeah, I'm by myself. But how would you describe the mentorship and community here? I know for me, it's different than anything, I've been exposed to. How would you
It's
describe it?
amazing. When they say there's systems and platforms, and then you're like, oh, wow, there really is. Our chat where you ask a question and literally you have like five people willing to answer, even if you don't even know who they are. They're jumping
Yeah.
in and everybody is helping. I've really never seen such a all hands.
And
It
I
really
know
is
I
a
know there are
team.
people out there that have a team like that. It's not like we're special. I mean, we are, but I know there are other teams that they feel the same way. But I think
Mhm.
they're few and far in between. So I want to encourage, if anybody's out there looking for something, that's one thing that they really got to pay attention to is the type of community because it's really critical. Yeah, that's what I love too. It's like you don't half the time we don't even know if there are sideline, upline, no line. green
Right?
line. You know what I mean? Because everybody just helps as if they personally sponsored you.
Right.
I'm gonna share something, and then I have a last question for you. You know, again, we've talked about the travel. We've talked about how great it is. We talked about the discounts, and that's wonderful. But what is as wonderful is that the additional stream of income. And how exciting is it that we're just going, hey, I found a way to save 40 to 80% on your travel, you know, hotels, resorts, cruises, etc. And you want me to tell you how? And we make a really, really, really great additional stream of income. And you know, we get paid daily, weekly, and monthly. It's insane. So I want to say this to you: if somebody's watching this, Cheryl, and they're even kind of either they're kind of going, "Huh, I don't get it. Sounds interesting." What would you say to them? What would you say the next steps are?
Take a deeper look. Truthfully, because as much as it was, again, I didn't get it, to realize I don't have to have that second job. Like I
Right.
drove for Uber to have the money to go on the vacations. I don't have to drive for Uber. I don't. That is huge alone. Let me just tell you, that's a whole nother call. It's worth looking into to stop living for someday. When I have so many friends that they want to do things. And when I talk to people, they're like, oh, yes, someday I'm going to do. I'm 55. I don't have as many some days as I used to. It's time to start. I want to start living and to have this opportunity. You owe it to me. You owe it to yourself to just be like, what is it? And to learn more.
Stay there. Finally got him out of my arms. Now he's trying to jump back in. It's like having a toddler. Yeah, you know, I agree with that. And I would say reach out to Cheryl and just ask about it. Maybe you know somebody who loves to travel and they'd love to save money. Because think about it. For example, one of my friends, she had booked a Disney cruise months ago and she joined, you know, the platform 2 days before she went on the cruise. And she looked it up out of curiosity, like you did. She would have saved $5,000, same cruise, same everything. And she's like, that could have been our spending money, or that could
Mhm.
have been for our next trip, or that could have been for Christmas, or that could have been for. So whether you just, you know, you owe it to yourself to check it out, you know, and I always tell people, how do you say no to something you don't know anything about? Make an educated decision. And don't say no to something that like you don't understand. That was me. I said
Mhm.
no for 4.5 months to something I didn't understand. So thank goodness Joan is a very dear friend and she knows how I think. And she was able to, you know, get me to kind of listen a little bit. So I want to encourage you guys, like, just reach out. It doesn't cost anything to get information about it. And who's to say that you might go, this is a perfect fit for me. I want to start traveling. I want to create memories, moments, and experiences and not just stuff that I'm collecting. So thanks,
Right.
Cheryl. Do you have anything else to say before we jump off?
No. I mean, I'm just going to end it with we all, it seems like we spent so many years collecting stuff. And then we hit a point in life where we're like, we're done with the stuff. We want the memories. And to be a part of something that not only helps you make those memories, but make the income to do the memories.
Yes, right.
I'm like, wait, you're paying me to help people create more memories and then reward me with more memories?
I know it's crazy, right?
Yeah, so that's yeah,
Uh,
that's it. So if truthfully, and I'm when I get on, I get excited, and you know what? Sometimes that's when I'm like, hold on, you got to talk to my friend Tracy. It's because I sometimes you get so excited, I just don't explain it as well, and you need another person. So listen. Honestly, you owe it to yourself to just listen.
it doesn't cost anything to listen, and you never know what you might be missing out on if you don't. So,
Yeah.
well, thanks,
Anyway, I'm
Cheryl.
excited, and I
Yeah,
can't wait for our trip in February.
I know we're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be awesome.
That's
All righty,
right.
girl. We'll talk to
All
you
right.
soon.
Well, thank you. I so appreciate you taking your time. You have a fabulous day.
You too. It's been fun.
All right. See you. Bye.